Alright, I'm going to try to log in again. Hopefully I'll be able to retrieve the last session. Okay, there's Photoshop. There's a picture that I was frozen out of the last view. I don't know. Let's load the selection. Sky, horizon. Create. We already created a layer for that, so I'm just going to select all of this image, copy it. In Photoshop, use the paste into command. Edit. Paste special. Paste special. Paste into. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to need to enlarge that image because it's not as big as I needed it to be in terms of pixel width. So I'm going to select, I'm going to load that selection, that image. No, not that one. Let me go backwards. Image size, let's just make it 300% bigger. We're going to resample it, so we're going to have some artifacting there, but that's okay. So select all, back to this drawing. Let's just delete this layer. Oh, come on. Bloody... New layer. Sky. Load selection. Sky, horizon. Edit, paste special, paste into. Wrong. Image size. Select all. Copy. Let's double check what our dimensions are here. Okay, it's not that big in pixels, so edit, paste special, paste into. Okay, so there's our sky, horizon, in the background. Alright. Perhaps this is not terribly realistic. This is not the point at this time. maybe I want to bring the edges of that horizon, modify the edges of that horizon to include this other part. So let's hide this layer, and let's do the selection again. This time I think I want to use a quick select. Well, no, for illustration purposes, let me draw. Using the lasso tool. So I'm drawing basically around the model. And I'm going to make so the horizon, have that topography be the horizon. Not finding the end point. Let's try again with a quick select. My suspicion, let's try again with the lasso tool. Save that selection. Sky. Okay, let's just edit, paste into, paste special, paste into. So that is on our layer 2. Well, it's created its own. Right? You may or may not believe that. Let's just say that we do, for argument's sake. What else does that image contain? Well, we could apply a filter to the background, right? Because the background is kind of sketchy looking, so we want it to look sketchy. There are many artistic filters in Photoshop that allow us to do that. I'm going to go straight to the image and go to View, Filter, Artistic Filter Gallery. Let's bring up the filter gallery and we can select from the artistic filters. So watercolor, Yeah, maybe that. I just want to see what it looks like. Now I'm going to go here. Turn off. Let's go to this layer. Disable the layer mask. And apply the filter. I don't know why artistic doesn't come up as an option. You have to select a gallery and then maybe we want to make that a little more intense. Let's see, filter gallery. Alright, let's put the layer bit mask back on and see how that works. Now, kind of gimmicky, but you get the idea. You can do whatever you want with it. Right? Trees. Let's find some. We need trees that are on a transparent background. So, trees on transparent background. Save image. I'm going to save these into my W folder. Save image in my W folder. That doesn't appear to be a transparent background. That does. Save image as tree 2, whatever. Save image as I'm being rather indiscriminate about images that I'm choosing, but again, just to show how that works. Okay, so let's go back to Photoshop. I think I can place, let's see, place, embedded. We want to embed because we want a separate layer for them. So, can I do more than one at a time? No. So let's place that tree there. File, place, embedded. Second tree there. File. You have to enter, I think, or file, place. Third tree. Let's put that one out there. File, place. Oak tree. These are mostly deciduous trees, right? What's a deciduous tree? Deciduous tree is a tree that sheds its leaves in the winter. Why do we use or want or care about deciduous trees? Because the south side of the house we might want shade in the summer, in which case the deciduous trees have leaves on them. There are other kinds of trees. Evergreen trees have leaves all year round. Let's place one more tree. Okay. Now, nothing here is particularly realistic yet, because what you need to do, and I'm just selecting these different, so we want to scale these guys to give them, you know, kind of a believable scale, right? So we have a big old tree near the house. It's going to probably be big like that. Let's select a different tree. This one back here, right? Conceivably, if it's back there on the horizon, it might be that size. It's further away from us. This one, this oak tree here, let's say it's at an intermediate point. I can layer it that way. So I can transform that tree, edit transform, scale, and make that sort of, you know, something in between. Right, so that one way back there probably wants to be down there somewhere. Might even be smaller than that. The big oak, I think it's that big one. Let's move that layer right to the top. Did I do that? No. So that's in front. This little silhouette there, maybe that one goes across the river, right? Because it's obscure. Edit transform. We're going to make that really small. You can make copies of these too, right? I'm going to make that one that big. I'm going to take that layer and duplicate it. And then move it maybe out here somewhere. Why not? What was that? Silhouette. Let's duplicate it again. Moves the wrong thing. Move the wrong thing. Alright, I keep moving the wrong thing because... Alright. Let's just lock that city. Oops. Did I do that? There's that tree. This is the layer I wanted to lock. And then maybe this last tree we want to scale, edit, transform. Make that a little bigger. And just move it off to one side. Maybe it's a little smaller than that and a little further. Let's hide that car that we so carefully sectioned. Alright. This one's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Let's just move it out there somewhere. I'm not being terribly careful with all of this because it's not, the purpose of this is not to create a masterpiece, but to show you how these things are composited. This is a terrible looking picture of a tree. Right? But, and how are trees treated here? They're much more sparse. Right? There's also some transparency applied to those. Right? So let's see if we can do that and improve the quality of these rendering. Let's go to that photograph and tone down the transparency. How about that? Let's go to that background and change the opacity of that tree. Finally, this one. Okay, so that's how these things are composited. Probably gone on much too long, but somehow we didn't get locked out of VDI, so this is a good thing.